It's taking me a second to get my camera set up. I think that will work. I'm just going to try not to move. Hi. If this is your first time here, I am April from Mermaid Mama Designs. This isn't a planned video, which is very unusual for me. I just wanted to test out my live stream and see if it actually works. And I have some seam ripping to do, which is possibly the most boring activity in the world. I hope you guys can see me okay. I can't see my feed. Actually, I can. Let me see if I can log in and see my feed that way. I was going to look up some of the About Me tag questions and answer them while I'm seam ripping. Let me see if I can find my channel and my feed. I wonder if that'll give feedback on here. I hope not. I'll just turn my volume all the way down. Alright, of course I'm sideways. That's no good. Let me see if I can turn you guys right side up. Is that better? Maybe I can actually set the volume for now. Does that work? Hopefully that works. Alright, I'm going to leave this open just so I can see questions if you guys have any. And I'm going to start seam ripping. The About Me tag, I had never heard of it before until my friend Andrea from the Laid Back Homemaker channel told me about it. But when she did tell me about it, I got really curious because I enjoyed watching her videos so much. And I asked her what the questions were, and she told me to go look them up. So here I am, Andrea. I'm looking them up. The first question is, what is your full name? My full name is April Marie. My last name is a great source of debate, actually, because Simpson is my maiden name and Hunt is my married name. And while I am technically Hunt, I guess, because I'm married, I am still legally Simpson because I haven't changed over all of my documents. So hence the reason I say that I am April Simpson Hunt, because I am still a little bit of both. Was I named after anyone? No, I was not. I was honestly named after the month that I was born in. Well, there's a little bit more to it than that, I suppose. My grandmother's name was May, M-A-E, and she was born in May, M-A-Y, the month. And I was going to be named May, but then I came early. So my mom couldn't very well name me May and have me be born in April, she said. So that's where my name came from. My name, what does it mean? I believe it just means springtime. Or the name of a month, maybe? What do you guys think? Is there a meaning to the word April? I like to think of April as spring and happiness. But perhaps that just means that I have too big of an ego, right? I'm not even seam ripping the right way right now because my kids keep losing my seam ripper. So, it feels kind of awkward. I'm not gonna lie, being on a live stream, even though there's nobody watching. Anyway, if you're just checking in, I'm April Simpson Hunt, and I am testing out my live stream. So, About Me tag question number 5. Where do I live? I live on the outskirts of Nashville, Tennessee. Where was I born? I was born in Key West, Florida. Two places are about as opposite as they can get. I actually grew up in Florida for the most part, although my dad was in the military and we moved around a lot. I lived, I think, 8 different places by the time I was a teenager. But we kept coming back to Florida. It was our favorite. I lived 3 different places in Florida. I lived in Key West, where I was born, Mount Dora, where I went to 5th grade, I was homeschooled for the rest of my years, but I went to 5th grade at a Christian school in Mount Dora, Florida. And then I graduated high school from Palm Bay High in Florida. 3, 2, 1. So where I'm from all over, really. Which of my parents am I closest to? That's a good question. Off the top, I would probably say my mother because she and I talk more. But that's just because my dad's really quiet. I feel like I'm equally close to both of them. Although growing up, when I became a teenager, my mother and I pretty much hated each other, as teenage girls and their mothers tend to do. So I very much was closer to my father during that period of my life. Which of my parents am I more like? My mother. Even down to the things that I say to my children. I think I look the most like her too, which is, it's a good thing. She's got good genes. My favorite drink. Lord have mercy. Right now, I prefer Diet Pepsi. I don't know why. It's the taste of it for some reason. I love it. Diet Cherry Pepsi is my absolute favorite. But there was about 3 years where I was completely addicted to cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper from Sonic. It was bad. Like, I had to go there twice a day, every day, and pay like $3 a drink for a Route 44 cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper from Sonic. Even the ones that come in the can that say that they're cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper, that's not the real stuff. The real stuff is the stuff from Sonic. My favorite food, I don't really have a favorite food. I don't. I like all food. I guess potatoes in general, because I love mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, French fries, scalloped potatoes, chips. But I really, over everything, my favorite things are sweets. So I guess brownies, maybe brownies and ice cream. I don't know. Is that a food? Seems more like a dessert. All right. My favorite holiday destination, Florida, even though I grew up there. Well, I take that back. I haven't really been outside the States much, except once on a mission trip to Honduras. So, I mean, there are lots of places that I would love to go on holiday, but I haven't really been anywhere, so I can't say that it's my favorite. What is my favorite childhood memory? I really don't have very many good, perfect memories from my childhood that I remember with clarity. I don't know, I'm going to have to pass on that one. My favorite way to pass time is sewing, obviously. I would say photography too, but it is too cold outside right now, so I haven't been practicing that as much. I have been working on my indoor photography, indoor photography is a lot. It's a lot harder, especially if you're a cheapie like me and I don't want to invest in studio lighting just yet. So I tried to find ways to make it work with my my cheapy super warm colored light bulb, and then I put a piece of white paper over top of it so that it's more of a white light, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, I love practicing photography, sewing, DIYs, just about anything. My favorite snack, isn't that the same as my favorite food? I guess I just like sweets too much. Favorite snack and favorite food are pretty much the same thing. What do I have? Oh, you know what? My favorite snack in the world is these things called toffee grams, which my mom and I used to make. I don't know if I've ever met anybody else who knows what they are, but it's graham crackers laid on the bottom of a pan, just any rectangle pan, and then you take like half a stick of butter and a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and you melt them in the microwave together and stir them until it's like kind of like caramel but still sugary, and you pour them over the graham crackers, and then you sprinkle chocolate chips and pecans over top of that, and then you stick it back in the microwave for a minute. And they are just delicious. And ooey and gooey and sweet and crunchy and really good with a glass of milk. And now I want some, but I haven't eaten dinner yet. So, what is my favorite sport? Oh Lord, football, I think. I used to be really, really into sports. I grew up with 4 brothers, so we were all about sports growing up. And I was one of those abnormal females that still knew players and stuff like that. But then I had kids, and I don't know what it was about having kids, but for some reason my predilection for sports just flew right out the window. I still watch football and basketball sometimes, but I don't get into it as much as I used to. It used to be really fun to just watch it. And I don't get into it anymore. What is my biggest regret? Oh, it's like shallow question, deep question. My biggest regret would probably be not staying in college. I grew up pretty sheltered. I'm going to give you the whole backstory. This thing's going to take forever. I grew up pretty sheltered, and then the last year of high school, I kind of started coming out of my shell a little bit. And by the summer after high school, I was partying a little bit. And I made a boyfriend and yada, yada, yada. And then I went away to this Christian school in Arkansas called Harding University, which I loved. But I got a little homesick. So I came home on Christmas break, and I was hanging out with my boyfriend, who I had been missing, and I just didn't go back. That's, like I said, that's probably my biggest regret. I think that if I would have stayed and finished college there, my life probably would have been entirely different. Not that that would be good. I'm a big believer that things work out the way they're supposed to work out, and everything happens for a reason. But since you're asking what my biggest regret is, that is probably the one, because I think that one changed my entire life course. But then again, like I said, I can't imagine my life any other way, so I don't know if that would be a regret or it's just something I look back on and it makes me a little bit sad. Are you a fan of any sports teams? Yes, the Miami Dolphins and the Miami Heat. But like I said, I don't really watch sports that much anymore, so Are you a dog person or a cat person? Oh, neither. Growing up, I would probably say I was a dog person. And again, that held true. And I loved dogs and animals until I had kids. And now we've had a couple dogs. But it's too much. I think we have a tiny house and we have 4 kids, mostly boys. So our house is loud and it's got a lot going on at all times anyway, and having a dog on top of that was just too much. Plus, we prefer pit bulls, like big dogs. So having a big dog underfoot and all the kids was so neither. Am I scared of heights? No, absolutely not. At what age did I go on my first date? I would have to say 16. My parents were very old-fashioned, and I'm surprised they even let me go then. But I had to wait until I was exactly 16, and even then he had to come in and meet them, and they had to know his parents. And what is an ideal first? I'm not going to answer that. What is at the top of your bucket list? To travel to the islands. I don't care what island, just any island. Well, I shouldn't say any island. Fiji, or Fiji might not be an island. Blonde hair is showing. any island really. Jamaica, anywhere in the Caribbean, Key West even is technically an island, I think. Just somewhere where there will be sand between my toes and it'll be warm and sunny and I can sit by the ocean and learn how to surf again, because I used to know how to do it and I have a feeling that I've forgotten, and that makes me very sad. What is something you are gifted at? Lord have mercy. Sewing, maybe? I was just talking to a friend about this, about how we as moms tend to have a hard time complimenting ourselves, and we tend to tear ourselves down more often than we bring ourselves up, and I definitely struggle with that. So I don't have a real compliment for myself. I can't really say what I'm gifted at right now. What is something that you wish you were gifted at doing? I wish I was gifted at handling my money better, at saving, I guess. It doesn't seem to matter how much money I have at any given point in time, because I will spend it. So, what is one item you can't leave home without? My kids. Are you talking about items that need me or items that I need? One item that I can't leave home without. I would say my phone, but I'm not really too attached to my phone. Except that I use it for videos and stuff. Lip balm, maybe? Food. I always take snacks and drinks with me everywhere. I have these doctor's appointments that I go to once a month, and they last for a few hours. And I always take a big cooler with me. So I guess food and snacks. What is the best compliment you have ever received? When I was in high school, one time this guy told me that I had thick thighs. And I have always been way too skinny. Like, you know how everybody wants what they can't have. Like, I'm that girl that I cannot gain weight to save my life, and it drives me crazy because I want curves. I want a booty, and I want thick thighs. So one time, I don't even remember why. Maybe I was thicker then, but he told me that I had thick thighs, and I just thought I had never felt sexier than at that moment. Which is funny looking back, because I'm sure he was either lying or he was high. But whatever. Took it. That's not the best compliment I've ever received, but that was the one that made me feel, I don't know, more confident. Most of the best compliments I've received have been from other women, honestly, and they have more to do with emotional things. Like my friend Mary Beth recently told me that another friend of ours saw something and believed something instantly that I would never do. And my friend Mary Beth said, if she's known you for any period of time and she believes that you would do something mean like that, then she never really knew you at all. So those are the kind of compliments that give me all the feels and make me very happy. Anyway, but the first book I remember reading is Anne of Green Gables. Well, let me check my time. All right. My phone is going off. I'm going to go ahead and check out and finish my steam ripping. But like I said, I just wanted to test out my live stream. So if you're watching the replay of this, thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. Lord have mercy. And I can't even figure out how to kill it. Bye, guys. Thanks for popping in.